What's up guys, welcome back to SempreInter TV, and here to review yet another disappointing draw. That's our fourth draw in our last 5 matches. Another team that plays in black and white, but not Juventus, Udinese. You know, I could just copy and paste videos from last few weeks. Whenever we play a small team, my words would be the exact same of the match report. You know, the other team puts almost every single man behind the ball. Inter struggle to break them down because we have no quality in the team. Spalletti either too late with the changes or the wrong changes. I mean, the Champions League spot really should be done and dusted now. We should have secured it. Every other team has been dropping the ball. Every other team has dropped points. So we should have been taking advantage of that. But no, we just need to make it difficult for ourselves. But anyway, let's get into the player rating, starting off in goal with Handanovic, who hardly had anything to do. Of course, Udinese only had 2 or 3 shots on goal, and he dealt with them quite well. Sunit from SempreInter.com gave D'Ambrosio a 7. I would have given him a 6.5 really. He was good going forward, but that final ball, especially the last one that he did straight to the keeper when Icardi and Lautaro were in the middle, that was disappointing. But some of his left-footed crosses were great today. De Vrij given a 7. Yes, he was majestic, and next to him Skriniar was given a 6. He did look a bit more shaky, but a 6.5 I would have given to him. And man of the match, Chievo Verona with a 7.5. I agree, I would have given him a 7. He was my man of the match against Juve as well, so that's 2 man of the matches in a row that I'm giving him, which is very rare for an Inter fullback. So, you know, he has received some criticism this season, but I think as a free transfer, he has been one of the best signings of the season. In midfield, the surprise inclusion was Borja Valero due to Vecino's injury. A lot of people were expecting Gagliardini to start. I was as well. Shout out to _Fallen, who predicted that Gagliardini would score and wanted me to include this tweet if he did score, but I'm going to include it anyway, my man. Thank you for subscribing. But yeah, Borja didn't get into the match. He wasn't actually even pressed that much by their midfield, surprisingly. He was given a lot of space and time, and it almost seemed like it put him off having too much time on the ball. So I was really disappointed with him. Fortunately, next to him, Brozovic was much more on the ball, spraying the ball well, keeping up the tempo. In the second half, he did dip quite a lot, especially at the end, gave a lot of stray passes. And then just ahead of them, Raja Nainggolan, continuing from his great match against Juve, started off as pretty much the best player in Inter's team in the first half. Had a great shot on goal and then created a few chances. Then, as always, he kind of faded off in the second half due to his fitness, and then he was brought in a bit deeper after Borja was taken off. Our wingers, which were probably the most disappointing part of the match, Politano was given a 5. In these types of matches, I'm expecting a lot more from Politano because he's the one with his stature, low center of gravity, who should be able to find the little space that the other team doesn't give us. He should be able to do something in the tight spaces. On the other side, Ivan, we know what he is now. He's very below par season as just continues. Had a few great chances with his head, which is what he should be good at with his physique and athleticism. He gets up really well, but then he just doesn't direct the head as well. And then there was a great ball into him in the second half from Brozovic, which he just like should have took on with his head in front of him, but he just hit him on his head like a doofus. And up front, Lautaro, this was probably his worst match in the Inter shirt till now. I don't really blame him, you know, not very good service. Had to fight against 3 centre-backs, but he always seems to be on the floor. Every time he takes a shot, he seems to be on sliding. Like, this guy's balance, I don't know. But I don't want to criticise him too much. The guy still has a lot to learn. The substitutes, which Spalletti brought on, Icardi came on. He was given a 5.5, I agree. Didn't have service once again, provided a bit more physicality. Should have had a penalty really. I don't know if VAR, why they didn't review that, because that was a clear foul, but that's what it is. And then Keita Balde came on with his usual headless chicken type running with straight touches, but you know, he almost had the chance of the match, which I don't know how he didn't touch it from D'Ambrosio's cross. And then finally, the nail in the coffin, Antonio Candreva was brought on with a 5. Wasn't actually that bad for me on the ball, but then he was on crossing duty from the corners. Took 2 or 3 corners and they all hit the first man, and that's dead. Most of our threats came from dead ball situations, but unfortunately most of our dead balls were dead. Crosses, dead. Final ball, dead. It was like playing with white walkers out there. The lack of urgency from the players was really disappointing. You know, no one's taking chances. Only Asamoah was taking on man. Spalletti today, finally, 3 match days left, and today he criticises Spalletti in his post-match interview where he said Perisic should be doing more, he should be beating players, and Politano should be doing the same. So thank the Lord that finally Spalletti criticises Perisic, but as we know, he will start the next match as always. I mean, I don't often criticise Spalletti. I think he deserves a lot of credit for what he's done with his team, especially last season. But this type of football, the lack of identity, the late changes, just feel the team has stagnated now. I can't wait till the season is over. We just need to secure Champions League football and see what we can do in the summer. I'm not sure if Spalletti is the right man to take us forward in the next few years. With Conte and Mourinho available, it does look unlikely he will stay. Looking forward to the next match, which is against Chievo Verona, who are already relegated, so in theory it should be an easy match. But as we know, with Inter there is no easy match. Chievo, especially, a team that just loves to put every single man behind the ball, so we'll find it hard against them. But hopefully we'll see some changes in the starting lineup. You know, we need to have some fresh energy, some fresh ideas in there. Keita Balde, Gagliardini need to be given a chance from the first minute, I think. So let's see what Spalletti does in the next match. As always, guys, comment below. What did you think? Who was your man of the match? Should Spalletti stay this summer? Let me know. And who would you bring in for him? As always, guys, please like and subscribe. Press the little bell icon to be notified when we release videos. And as always, Forza Inter!